Hi, I'm Damie John. Listen, often people think spirituality is something strange or dangerous or non-existent. Why? Because people did not study it. A lot of people constitute themselves religious but not spiritual. The other people deny everything, but I think so because they have never studied anything about spirituality and spiritual growth. So today we're going to talk about spirituality, definition of spirituality, basis of spirituality, kinds of spirituality, and spiritual independence. So what is it exactly? It's gonna be interesting. For the beginning we have to figure out why some people believe in it and the other don't. Actually it goes from our childhood. Because our childhood and our environment of that time made us exactly this way as we are now. For example, if you were born in a Catholic family, more than likely you will be a Catholic all your life. Or if your parents or older brothers or sisters loved football or music or sport cars or dancing or something else, you will at least identify yourself with it all your life. And it is also true of spirituality because if someone have never heard anything about spirituality and then someone else talks to him about it, he will say, "Oh, come on, that's bullshit. You gotta be kidding me. I've never heard anything about it." Simply put, our view world is created up to 7 years old. And we're able to embed everything until we turn 7. And setting the stage has to be until we turn 7, and after that we can study everything, but it has to be inside of the frame of our view world. In other words, we make the groundwork of our view world until we turn 7, and after that we build a house of our knowledge right on this foundation, right on this groundwork. And if we meet something that out of our base we deny to believe it, it's hard for us to recognize it. That's why people don't believe it. People don't believe it just because it's out of their frame, because it's out of their view world. That's why people don't believe it. People don't believe it not just because they don't see it, but because it's out of their view world. Because now everybody has a cell phone. Does anybody see the signal that the phone gives and receives? I don't know anybody who does. And now, can you imagine to yourself what would people think of you 100 years ago if you were explaining them that it's possible? I'm talking to you all of this because I want to give you a definition. Definition of spirituality. The spirituality is the quality of mentality. It means everybody has their own quality, but the level of this quality defines the scope of mentality. The better quality is, the bigger scope of mentality is. This quality allows people think the other way and appraise the events the other way. And because we know that there is the event by itself and our response to the event. And our response to the event is defined by our quality of mentality. Simple example, I have a cat and one time several years ago, the guest came to me and they played to the cat and they said, "He's so clean and fluffy, very nice cat." And 1 week later, the other guest came to me and she paid attention to the cat and she said, "Why is the cat so dirty?" And I said, "No, it's not." But I thought to myself, why different people think different ways to the one cat? Because nothing changed to him since last week. But he looked different to them. Because there is the emptiness between the event and our response to the event. And we judge everything around us. And our response is our spirituality. The spirituality is the best quality of mentality. Because our mentality is our nature. Our mentality is our entity. It is something that defines us. Who you really are, you are your mentality. And I believe the spirituality is the best quality of mentality. Why? Let's remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First, physiological needs. You must know somebody whose physiological needs is his most important thing in life. His goal is to satisfy his physiological needs. So this people is on their quality, their level of quality. And then safety needs. All what they think about is their personal, financial, or health security. These people must be professionals at their work, and they need to be successful because their view world, because their quality of mentality says to them, only your money can protect you. And then love and belonging. And people with this quality of mentality are conceived that the most important thing in life is family and friends. And these people define the successful people from their personal lives and their networking skills. And then esteem. Esteem means people need to be esteemed by society. This quality of mentality means people at work, somebody at work, and he needs to be esteemed. So it may be somebody who has enough ambitions need to be esteemed by society. And then self-actualization. It may seem to you like there's no big difference between esteem and self-actualization, but there is, because esteem doesn't sound like self-esteem, it just esteem. And because it focused on estimation by somebody else, and self-actualization focused on itself. People with self-actualization focused on their own life and their own mentality. Self-actualization means who you actually are. And who am I in an actual fact? This is the self-actualization. And also, I want to talk to you about the subject spirituality, but not religious or spiritual independence. Because often people ask me, what's the difference between the religion and spirituality? And I say, what's the similar? Because we know that the spirituality is the quality of mentality. So what is religion? Religion is culture. Religion is culture of beingness. Religion is system of values and system of beliefs. Religion is lifestyle. So there's nothing similar between two of these concepts. And I like the idea about spiritual independence, and I know a lot of people who identify themselves like spiritual independent people. Because unfortunately, religion largely has externals and spirituality largely has internals. And unfortunately, religion often is first choice by our parents or somebody we were dependent on in our childhood. And spiritual independence is something we can choose when we are ready to choose. Spiritual independence is the state of mind of a human being that human being shapes in his mind, and then it goes out and human being defines it as spiritual independence. And actually, when I was 17 and I talked to my friends, I used to figure out how strong religious they were. And I understood where it came from. Because I was raised in a place where people are now very tolerant. And if you disagree with them to some fundamental things like religion, they used to despise it. So when I came back to my understanding of my spiritual independence, I didn't really talk to people about it too much. So what is spirituality? I could say spirituality is knowledge. Knowledge within our body. And our sixth sense goes from our soul. It is our spirituality. And I highlight spirituality because it is the single thing that will stay with us after our physical death. I mean, it not even stay with us. It is exactly who we are. Because it is our soul. And spirituality is the area that improves our soul. Because for what we live, to improve our soul, but for what exactly you live, only you know exactly. And we live in a physical world, and we live in our physical bodies, and this is why we meet challenges. because we have to keep growing no matter what happens to us. And our body is the key we can use to study ourselves, and our body is the key we can use to study the world around us. And spirituality is the art of love of our physical body. And we live in a physical world, and we meet something, and we're looking at something, and we're looking for something. And we live in a physical world where we can see the reality, and the limits say to us what is possible and what is impossible. And we live in a physical world where miracles happen every day, and they break our views down. And we live in a physical world where we can meet somebody every day, and he can show to us and say to us any answer for any our question. And we live in a physical world where people look at the bodies. And we live in a physical world where bodies are not all what we have. And we live in a physical world where everybody is so similar and so different at the same time. And we live in a physical world where somebody says to us that it's impossible. But we know it is possible, and we're ready to do that. Because this physical world was given to us to understand. We can extend horizons of possibilities because we are more than our physical bodies. So this is the spirituality. And I hope now you understand the basis of spirituality. And if you have some questions, please write it in comments below this video, and I will answer you. So spirituality is the ability to heal yourself and to heal your life. And self-help is the spirituality because you cannot help yourself if you are not on a good level of quality of mentality. And what if you can just imagine to yourself, what if you can, what you can do being high-minded, and what you can do being spiritual human being? What if you achieve your goals very easily? What if you can make your dreams come true? What if you can be a magnet for other people? What if you can be at peak performance? Do you remember the dreams you were dreaming about when you were 4 or 5 years old? No matter how old you are now, you can do that. Because, spirituality is the ability you can heal yourself and you can heal your life. And I believe spirituality is the best opportunity you can use to live effectively and enjoy every single minute in your life. So, if you like this video, subscribe my channel to know more, and thank you. All the best. Around me used to take me for a leader. I left every single child, no matter how old she or he was. And I didn't realize that I was leader. It seemed to me like it was normal state of things, it was my natural behavior. Not always how you can grow your spirituality, but I want you to know one important thing. You have to pay attention, and you have to ask yourself, does it assist me to go forward, or it pushes me back? Because if it pushes you back, you may not even consider it. Actually, it doesn't matter what they used to say to you. They educated you like they wanted to educate you. And now, you have their convictions. You think like they used to think. You do like they used to do. You love like they used to love. And you live like they used to live. And you follow them. And second, skill. Skill means something that man built within him. It is not something he was born with. Because skill is the created behavior. And there is a big difference between skill and habit, because man takes up an active station to the skill because he makes it and he manages it. And man takes up a passive station to the habit because he doesn't manage it. There is a huge difference. So now we know that the